of course, New Mexico. It's a great time, as we were talking about, to spend the holidays. And you can celebrate the season with a gift of New Mexico. Mexico Department of Cultural Affairs invites you to explore your state with the Winter Guide. It includes museums, historic sites. It offers a broad spectrum of New Mexican history and culture. Joining us now to tell us more about this 2015 guide is Veronica Gonzalez from the New Mexico Department of Cultural Affairs, along with the director of the Museum and Visual Arts Program at the National Hispanic Cultural Center, Tay Mariana Nunn. Ladies, thank you for being with us today.
Thank you so much.
So before we get into the events at NHCC, let's get the overall thing, Veronica. Tell us about this Winter Guide.
Okay, well, the New Mexico Department of Cultural Affairs has been producing this beautiful guide for about 10 years, and this is the first year we're offering it digitally to anybody who really wants access to it. So we're broadening, you know, hopefully the people who can look at it. New Mexico, as you mentioned, has incredible art and culture, and part of that is our state museums and historic sites. We have 16. They do just an incredible job of offering events through the holidays and really all year long. And what the guide does is really show what are we offering this winter. And you can access the guide at our website, which is nmculture.org.
nmculture.org?
Yeah, nmculture.org. And it just really kind of shows all of the feature events, the programming. Tay's here to talk about the programming at the National Hispanic Cultural Center.
Which really is such a gem here in Albuquerque. The campus is state-of-the-art. It's gorgeous.
It is beautiful.
The museums, the Disney Center. I've seen so many shows at all three of the theaters there. It's fantastic. So let's talk a little bit about the show that's coming in, Tay, because I understand it's in cooperation with the Smithsonian.
It is.
That's a huge deal.
And it is, as Cabinet Secretary Gonzalez said, it's mentioned in the museum guide. It's called Staging the Self, Ponerse en Imagen, and it features 6 Latino artists. It is organized by the National Portrait Gallery at the Smithsonian, and we were one of 3 venues to be able to get it.
Wow.
And it's really important because it is a it's 21st century portrait artists, Latino portrait artists. Latino portraits are something that isn't often shown in the grand institutions, and in fact the curator of this show, Taina Caragol, who's the curator of Latino art and history, one of the first Latino curators at the Smithsonian, talks about how, you know, we usually just see great men on horses, and this is a whole new way. And a lot of the artists are dealing with identity and family. And then along with this, we did our own exhibit in our community gallery, which is the heart of our museum. And it's called El Retrato Nuevo Mexicano Ahora. And it features 11 artists from New Mexico doing portraits. And so the two really are great companions to each other, and they dovetail, and there's all sorts of stories interwoven between the 2 exhibits. Really important time.
Yeah, so I'm curious in terms of some of the artists. First of all, the show, how did the Smithsonian land on this topic of Latino portraiture?
Well, it's the National Portrait Gallery, and they're an interesting institution because they have to do art history and history. There's been a long initiative at the Smithsonian since going back to '94 and trying to insert more Latinos, both employees at the Smithsonian and programming, and it's taken them this long to be able to do something like this.
Wow, so really it's time.
It's a major, and they're both really great shows.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's running at NHCC. Veronica, what are some of the other things going on through the Winter Guide? So, you know, if someone's looking, they want to do the portraiture, and they want to do something else, what are some of the other things you recommend?
Well, the National Hispanic Cultural Center, before we leave that incredible institution, has an incredible performing arts center. And so they're going to be having various performances throughout the holiday season. One of them is the Southwest Nutcracker Ballet, and it is I think it's opening
The 18th.
The 18th of December. And so there's other events there as well. We have Christmas at the Palace in Santa Fe. The Palace of the Governors has recently been designated a national treasure. So we're very excited about having the Palace in New Mexico, and it's an incredibly old building. It's the oldest government-operated building in the United States.
And I understand correctly, because we were up there, obviously, we played there a time or two on Two Casas style. That was in function before the White House, if I understand
Yes,
it. It is an older building than the White House in terms of
Yeah.
you know, governmental buildings. And it
Correct.
is amazing.
It
is
is
just
amazing.
breathtaking the way that it's preserved.
breathtaking, and they
And
offer
especially
some,
at Christmas.
Yeah, I'd
at
imagine.
Christmas time, it is amazing. And they offer Christmas at the Palace. It's starting on Friday, tomorrow. And Santa Claus comes, and they have
Oh.
music and just wonderful celebrations. They also are having a young Native American artist show throughout the weekend. And then on Sunday, they have Los Posadas, which is a reenactment of Mary and Joseph searching for the inn. And they have a lot of demonstrations on
Lots of
that
great
day,
things.
and incredible bonfires, luminarias,
Yeah.
and farolitos, and it's just beautiful.
Yeah.
So that'll put you in the Christmas spirit.
Absolutely. Well, so
Yeah.
before we lose time here, Cabinet Secretary, where can we, you said we can get this online now. Where do we go online to find the winter guide?
Okay, so you go to nmculture.org.
Okay,
Yeah,
nmculture.org.
NewMexicoCulture.org or nmculture.org. And you
Okay.
can look at the guide online, or you can download it and print it. It used to be dropped in the Albuquerque Journal, but we wanted to have a broader access
Sure.
to the guide, and it features all of our museums statewide and our historic sites and what they're doing over the winter.
Yeah.
So I really encourage everybody to get online and take your family, go travel our state.
Absolutely. Lots of great things to
Yeah.
see out there. Again, guys, for more information on the Winter Guide 2015, head over to casa.com. We will have all the links there. Ladies, thank you so much for your
Thank
time.
you.